And I have set new goals, new dreams, bigger goals, and bigger dreams. Like Forbes 30 Under 30, building an empire, and becoming even more worldwide speaker, even a worldwide speaker. A lot of people, maybe even some of you, believe that dreaming big is impossible for you. Reaching dreams and big goals is impossible. But that is not true. Dreaming big is not hard. It's not the hard part. Of course, being on your journey and going through those challenges, that's what's going to be hard. But imagining the biggest, most amazing possible dreams and goals that you could ever even imagine for yourself, that is not hard. All you need is passion and imagination. When I started my business, even before that, I remember hearing all the time, dream big, dream big, dream big. And I didn't really understand what the big deal was. See, I was blessed to be raised in a family where I had 5 generations of entrepreneurs. So I was around dreaming big all the time. I was around excelling beyond all the time. So when people always said dream big, I didn't understand why they had to keep saying it. I thought everybody knew that, how important that was. Until one day I understood what the big deal was. I was actually at school with one of my friends and we were talking. And she asked me, how did I get started in my business? What did I do? So I told her that I started teaching myself how to make jewelry at 7 years old. Then I would take my pieces to school and sell it on the school bus and in the playground. I told her about how I told my parents about my endeavors, and they asked me if I wanted to be an entrepreneur myself, and I said yes. And from then on, I've been growing my business, being an author, an international speaker, and much more. And then she said something. She said, I could never do that. That actually shocked me, because I didn't know that people felt that they couldn't do something that they could definitely do. See, dreaming big, it forces you out of your comfort zone. It forces you to do things that you never thought that you could actually do. It forces you to excel beyond and to push beyond expectations. And that is scary. How many of you have ever thought about skydiving or maybe bungee jumping? Anybody? Yes, me too. I'm gonna do it when I'm 18, on my 18th birthday, so I want to skydive. Well, that is kind of what dreaming big is like. Thinking of doing a crazy, new, big, exciting thing. But it's also very scary. How many of you guys have actually bungee jumped or actually skydived? How many? Oh, okay, not a lot of people, but a few of you have. That's what actually going after those big dreams is like. Actually doing that scary, new, exciting thing. The thing is, the reason why a lot of people don't skydive or don't bungee jump is not because they're afraid of jumping out of an airplane or jumping out of off of a cliff. It's not because they're afraid of going way high up in the air on an airplane or on a mountain. What they're afraid of is what might happen if something goes wrong. And that is the same reason why people are afraid to dream big and are afraid to go after their dreams. People are not afraid to try something different. People are afraid to fail at it. When I started my business, I was afraid. In the beginning, I was actually very excited, okay? I was so ready to be an entrepreneur and be the 6th generation of entrepreneurs in my family. But very soon, there was a period, this development period, where nothing was developing. I wasn't going to any events, I wasn't making any sales, I wasn't meeting anybody, and I was afraid that I was going to fail within that week. That my endeavor, this starting a business at only 9 years old, was going to be a complete failure. and I was afraid. I told my parents about this, and my mom, she gave me this book that I think everyone in this room should read, that I know everyone in this room should read. It's called Who Moved My Cheese? How many of you guys have ever read that book? Awesome. All right, read it again for those of you who actually read it. But for those of you who haven't, read it, read it, read it. But this book is so inspiring to me, one, because it's an amazing book, but two, because of one quote that was said. One quote that really pushed me to move forward in my business and to not be afraid. And that quote was, "What would you do if you weren't afraid?" Now, when I first read this, I didn't really know what it meant. But I actually did know that there was something important about it. There's something that I needed to learn from it. So I wrote it down, and I put it on my bedroom wall, so that every day I could look at it, and hopefully I'd get it. One day, I read the quote, and when I read it, there was this spark in my brain. I read it, "What would you do if you weren't afraid?" It's a pretty simple question, because if you weren't afraid, then you do it, right? This quote was saying that fear does not have to be a reason to not go after your dreams. Fear does not have to be an excuse for you to give up. Sometimes, a lot of times, there will be fear in your life. If you were going to do something new, if you're going to do something different, and that you could possibly fail at, you're going to be afraid. That's what's going to happen. It's an initial reaction. But you do not have to give up because you're afraid, because it's not a legitimate reason to give up. So if you want to achieve your goals, and if you want to actually become successful and reach those dreams and do the things that you want to do, even if you're afraid, sometimes you're going to have to do it afraid. What would you do if you weren't afraid of being told no? What would you do if you weren't afraid of embarrassing yourself in front of people? What would you do if you weren't afraid of making mistakes? What would you do if you weren't afraid of what people thought about you, or what people said about you? What would you do if you weren't afraid of failure? All of these things could have stopped me from being where I am today. I was afraid of making mistakes. That's why I was afraid to begin being being a speaker. I did not want to be a speaker at first. I was afraid to be on stage and mess up. Of course, I was afraid to start a business because I thought I would fail. There were so many times where I was afraid, but there was something that scared me even more than failure and people. And that was wondering one day, what if I didn't let fear overcome my life? Fear should never be a reason for not achieving your goals. Fear should never be an excuse for not going after your dreams. Back to dreaming big. The thing that I love the most about dreaming big is, as I said before, it forces you to do things you never thought that you could do. It also allows you to see things in yourself that other people may not be able to see. It allows you to exceed beyond expectations of people and your own self. Some of you guys already know, because I was talking to you guys in the other room, but I'm homeschooled now. But I was in public school for a long time. But when I started 6th grade, when I started middle school, I told myself, I'm not telling people about my business. I did not want to let a single person, except if they were really close to me after a while, but I did not want to let anybody know about my business. Wanna know why? Because I knew people. I knew that there were going to be dream killers and people that would try and tell me that you're not going to do great things, that you're going to fail. One day, I could not hide from telling people anymore, because Fox 5 came to my school and did an interview with me. They came and walked through the halls with cameras following me everywhere. And people started hearing about it. They started hearing about my business and what I was doing. And just as I predicted, I had dream killers. Right off the bat, I had people that came to my face, people who came behind my back, told my friends, told people that weren't really my friends, people that tried to be my friends. They were just dream killers. They were just people that would either tell me that, oh, your jewelry's a joke. You get it from the dollar store. They tell me that I was going to fail, or that you are a liar because you didn't tell anybody about this. And I'm just like, well, the reason why I didn't tell anybody about this is because of you. But these are the kind of people, that were in my life. There was a girl that would ask for $1 every single day for the vending machine. Few times I actually gave it to her. One day I didn't give her $1. And she said, why? You have plenty of money. It's like, what the heck? I knew this was going to happen. But the thing is, even though there was a lot of people, and even though it did wear on me a little bit, I was raised to be confident and to be strong in my confidence in who I am. I was raised to know that what they say does not matter unless I let it. There will be dream killers. If you are doing something great, if you're doing something even good, there will be dream killers. People in your life that either don't want you to succeed because they're jealous, or because they want to be where you are, jealousy, whatever it is, you'll have those dream killers. But it is always up to you if what they say is going to matter to you. It's really important to have people in your life that will have your back and to help you to stay confident. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. No matter what anybody else says, it is up to you if you're going to let whatever people say in, whether it's good or bad. Dreaming and working towards goals is a process, and it takes and you have to build yourself up in order to do these things, because you'll have dream killers. Of course, you'll have obstacles. You have to build yourself to be able to work towards these things, and that's something that I am working on myself. I'm developing myself even more and more and more. But one of the most important, actually the most important thing, in order to get through the obstacles and the dream killers, in order to grow, is to have your vision. To have your eyes set on the prize. You know, how many prizes there are, you have to have your eyes set on it. So, for a while, I have always wanted to meet First Lady Michelle Obama. Always wanted to meet her. And I knew I wanted to give her a piece of my jewelry for her to wear, and that was something that I always wanted to do. I remember, I'd see her on TV or something like that, and I just imagined shaking hands with her, or just being next to her. I just imagined it. I saw it as if it already came true. It's so important to be able to envision your dream. Because if you can't envision it, it's very difficult to see yourself there and to actually get there. So to have that vision and to be able to see where you want to be as if you've already reached it, that's such a crucial part in actually getting there. So, it was this year, I was honored at Black Girls Rock as one of the MAD girls, MAD girls. And it was such an exciting event to be at, because there's so many people that were celebrities and just such an amazing place to be. But I was very surprised at this event, because I did not know that one of my biggest dreams was going to come true. I knew that this lady was going to be here, but I did not know that I was going to be honored by her on stage with her. First Lady Michelle. A little while later, I received this image, or this picture in the mail with three of the MAD girls, including me, and Miss First Lady Michelle Obama backstage. And I love this picture. Not because I'm right next to her in this one. I mean, that's a pretty big reason, but It's something even more important. I don't know if you can see, Gabrielle look like really close. Can you see it? Oh, okay, you probably can't see it though. It's proof, evidence of a vision I knew would come true, happening, and happened. When I see this picture, I see proof that what I share with other people and what I say to myself, what I see for myself, is 100% possible. And it's the same for you. People ask me a lot about how it was to meet First Lady Michelle Obama and to be on stage with her. And I tell them this: I felt like I was right where I was supposed to be. I was not nervous at all. I was prepared. See, when you have a clear vision of where you want to be and what you want to do, and you believe in it, and you work towards it, opportunities will present itself. And when they do, it will feel completely right. It's so easy to give up. It's so easy to just call the quits, to let fear overrun you, and to just say, let me just do the easy way. I could have let my fears stop me. I could have let my obstacles stop me. I could have let what people said about me stop me and make me second guess what I'm capable of. It is easy to give up, and it is easy to not try. But if you take nothing else from this presentation today, remember this: don't give up. If you really want this, if you are working towards this to achieve this, you will not let fear be an obstacle. You will not let other people be an obstacle. You will not let obstacles be an obstacle. Because you don't want to wake up one day and wonder, what if? What if I decided to take control of my own life? I know that I would have never met First Lady Michelle Obama and never been honored on Black Girls Rock. I would have never met Bow Wow on 106 in Park. I would have never taken a selfie with Janelle Monáe in the elevator. I would have never met and interviewed Monet Davis. I would have never been worldly recognized as an entrepreneur, a speaker, a business owner, as an author, as inspiration. I would have never been able to inspire girls to know that you don't have to be a model to be a cover girl. You can be a mogul. I would have never done the things that I've done today and inspired the people that I have inspired today if I had given up. And I know if I give up now, I will never be able to do the things that I will do in the future and inspire the people that I will inspire in the future. So, I dare you all to dream big. And not just dream big, but to go after those dreams, to work towards them with all your heart and not be afraid. I dare you guys to not ask yourself, what if I fail? But instead, ask yourself, what if I succeed? Thank you.